Welcome to Goading Maniacs. No. Grant Mitchell. No. Garlic Mushrooms. No. Gossipmongers. Yes. Gossipmongers. Yes. Yes. That's it. Gossipmongers. Welcome. Get your gossip goggles on. We've got a live one. Fuck yes. Gossip number 1.
Hi, Joe, Poppy and David. Hopefully this piece of gossip from my hometown Derby can make your day that bit better. The rumour started a few years ago when a slightly odd man by the name of Ricky Rewind
Okay, we're halfway there.
made his way into Derby city centre. He's most commonly spotted outside McDonald's on the main high street, writing down the number plate of every single car that goes past.
Sorry, I laugh a lot, sorry.
Sat on his little wooden bench, which is apparently his house. Rumour has it that Ricky Rewind... It's quite good this one, I like this one.
Yeah,
Rumour has it...
so relieved.
Rumour has it that Ricky Rewind decided that one day he'd walk backwards from where he lived in Kent all the way to Derbyshire.
200 plus miles.
Just to see if it was faster than walking forwards. Hence Ricky Rewind. It's quite a long one, by the way.
Good.
In this lengthy hike across the country, Ricky Rewind felt like he'd found himself and begun doing everything backwards. And by everything, I mean everything. From talking and walking to even shitting. What does that mean?
What? Sucking it back up, I guess.
Do you do that, Poppy?
What, shit backwards? Could do. See what happens.
We've got a finale.
A friend's dad told me his rectum was like a Hoover.
Getting ahead of ourselves.
Amazing.
That sucked up shit on the street. And that's how he shat backwards. Anyway, the gossip...
Big old intro.
Anyway, the gossip is that Ricky Rewind would take all the number plates he'd written down to the local police station and insist that they check every number plate for no MOT, insurance, and shit like that. And if any of the number plates were found to belong to illegally driven cars, he would demand a reward for safer streets. Because he spoke backwards. Oh, sorry. He found out sorry. He would demand a reward for safer streets, the making.
Oh, that's how
Because he spoke backwards.
Yeah. Gotcha. I just worked that out.
However, Ricky Rewind would write every single number plate backwards, meaning the letters and numbers meant fuck all to the police. Also, you always had to be careful if he walked backwards in front of you, as sometimes he'd dive to the floor as his anus hoovered up.
Such a load of bollocks.
Shit so violently it'd drag him along the floor.
I don't want this to end.
Apparently he has a twin who still lives in Kent and walks normally and known locally as Normal Juan. There we go. Hope you enjoy this little piece of podcast. There we go.
We do. Fucking hell. Hello, Poppy, John, David. Hearing about some of these oddballs makes me feel mildly better about where I work, but only a little bit. All names and some condiments were included. The fuck? All names and some condiments were included have been anonymised. Oh, right, okay. Not to protect the identity of those fucked up individuals, but instead to cover up my own. Right.
Good luck.
I once worked with a big lad who got bullied for having a rather large-sized head. Whenever he had a suntan, he would easily be mistaken for a decent-sized pumpkin. Thanks to his complexion and his little beady eyes and his crooked smile. Although stark similarities can be drawn between big head and tits.
What does that mean?
Have we jumped ahead? Has he left out a page and a half? Oh, I have, yeah. The end. I did that with Breaking Bad. I missed out 6 episodes. I was like, oh, he's dead, is he? Fuck, it's not going to be as... Fuck me, it's long. I was really pleased. I thought it was short. Okay, so, and his crooked smile. Right. Tits, forget tits. If you can. Do me a favour.
What do you reckon? Who do you reckon Tits is? What do you think?
I'd say Tits is his mum. Or his auntie. So someone he shouldn't be fucking. Talking from experience of these. When he was born... Right, back to him. When he was born, his parents were told that... Oh, no. Oh, dear.
Should we let this one go?
Yeah. Don't want to get sued or beaten up.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Boo,
No,
boo.
yeah.
Yeah, when you start spitting on me, you'll go, yeah, I shouldn't have read that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Bad. Turned out to be bad. There's a lot of that. We're going, oh yeah, oh dear God. Right, that's it. That's that one. Off you go.
Okay, this is from Anonymous. Hi there. This rumour is from my school days in North London about a lad in my year. There's a few origin stories of how it happened. The most fabled is a girl dared him to shove a wooden spoon up his hole.
This is the staple of what we do.
Wow. Wait a minute.
This is pretty much it in a nutshell. This is classic.
Classic mongers.
This is grade A monkeys. Nice and short, something up the arse, good night.
We're so desensitised to this shit, honestly.
Like a nursery rhyme that to us, isn't it?
Yeah. I quite like this. The most fabled is a girl dared him to shove the wooden spoon up his hole, and then she would get off with him. Sounds great. Yeah, being a horny teenager, that would do anything for a bit of action.
Is this about you now?
Me? Yeah, I wrote this one. Yeah.
So 2 or 3 an X.
I don't know, actually. Yeah. Anon could be me. Being a horny teenager that would do anything for a bit of action. He got a wooden spoon from his kitchen and rifled it up his arse. Why are they saying it again? Just repeat. It's just gonna be this
Just
forever.
in case you missed that bit.
Unsurprisingly, the girl wasn't turned on by this action and left him to tackle the extraction solo. Okay, he shoved it up, they've got off together, and then she's fucked off. Okay. I became friendly with this guy in our later school years and asked him if it was true. He said no. I'm not convinced.
Simple.
Do you like that?
We might start with that one.
There you go. That's
lovely.
it.
Yeah,
There's
simple.
no more
Simple.
to it.
Oh,
Spoon up the arse. Told us
Yeah.
twice,
Yeah.
then that was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
what more do you want?
No.
Yeah, so we're trying to work out what this live show will be. It can't just be that, can it?
David spent 10 minutes going, we can't just do that. Fucking can.
Gossip number 3.
Right, I grew up in a small town in rural Oxfordshire where the locals wanked off dogs.
Straight away.
That's really got me, that has. Said I wouldn't cry. Unscrewed doorknobs to replace them with their knobs.
What? What?
They unscrewed doorknobs and
Yeah.
replaced them with their knobs.
Oh, put their knobs through the.
Yeah,
the
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rural
Okay.
Oxfordshire. And we often didn't have doors. Thought Oxfordshire was nice. Anyway, however, as you get these kinds of stories all over the time on the podcast, the
Yeah.
piece of gossip I have today happened in the cosmopolitan hub of the southwest, Bristol. In the late noughties, myself and a close friend managed to get a place at university in the city. It's often said that you shouldn't go to uni with a friend from home. Instead, try to broaden your horizons. Who says that? No, don't go with your friends. Meet new people and try new things. We did the exact opposite and ended up spending all our time together playing FIFA and asking our other mates from home to come and visit. I quite like him. Just did fuck all. I just stayed at home. On one such occasion, a slightly less sheltered school friend, affectionately known as Baghead Ben, came up to stay with us from Brighton, where he was studying modern art, going to raves and experimenting with the well-known horse tranquilizer, ketamine. Oh dear. Baghead Ben arrived on a Friday night with 3 tickets to a warehouse rave, a big bag of ket, and no intention of staying in and playing FIFA round robin. We caught up in our lounge drinking cans of lukewarm Red Stripe and trying to get into some of the cool DJs we should be seeing that evening. Meanwhile, our guest was also getting stuck in to the big bag of horsey treats. He's a right wordsmith, this bloke, isn't he? 11 o'clock, we're in the queue, full of red stripes, sweaty palms, and nervous about an increasingly worse for wear baghead getting past the bouncers. Thankfully, security was relaxed and we walked straight in. By midnight, we were at the bar drinking yet more cans of lukewarm Red Stripe, enjoying the sights, sounds and smells of our first rave. At this point, our intoxicated friend gurgled that he was going to the toilet. We didn't see him again all evening. We later found out that our mate, Baghead Ben, had a very eventful evening. As we were standing by the bar, he spotted an absolute stunner. She was a proper Bristol crusty.
Yum, yum.
Oh, I like her. Little bit unclean, trustafarian, dreadlock type, but with that vibe at the time. They locked eyes from across the bar. He was so overwhelmed with desire that he shamelessly crossed the room and introduced himself. My name's Ben. I'm from Brighton. Would you like some ket? Unbelievably, it worked. His new dreadlock friend lapped him and suggested they go for a dance. Baghead Ben could not believe his luck, having bagged the most gorgeous gal he'd ever seen. Dancing led to more drinks and some great chat, which revealed they had huge amounts in common. They liked the same DJs, both had a meaningful tattoo.
Love Lovely stuff.
Wow. Wow. 2 peas in a pod. Meaning, fuck. And her parents had a summer house in Brighton. Surely too good to be true. As they were dancing away, it happened. They finally engaged in a romantic, sloppy embrace, followed by a whisper from the girl of his dreams with those 4 magic words, "Back to my place." Without I know, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, well done.
She's an old romantic, this one.
Yeah.
Without hesitation, they left the rave and got a cab up to hers at Stokes Croft. Things began to heat up in the cab. Kissing turned into heavy petting, and against his better judgment, Baghead dismissed his concerns about the poor cab driver having to witness this. He'd met the love of his life. Slowly but surely, the dreadlocked beauty moved her hand down lower and lower until eventually it reached his private parts. All of a sudden, a dramatic beat drop jolted Baghead back into consciousness, and he realised he wasn't in fact in the back of a cab, but in the middle of the dance floor with his trousers round his ankles, wanking himself off. There we go.
Wow.
The old twisteroo.
What is this? Oh my God.
Whoa, pull it back. Surrounded by 500 people who'd been previously enjoying the pleasant rave. Oh dear. Although many in his immediate vicinity had also been indulging in party treats, it didn't take long for them to realise they were standing next to a 6'2" dribbling 20-year-old rubbing his flaccid knob. People began screaming.
Screaming.
As our poor love-struck pal slowly realised that the dreadlock girl of his dream had in fact been an elaborate ket-fuelled hallucination.
Oh, lovely.
Security rushed over, covered the masturbating modern art student. Forgot he was in. He just. He studies art, doesn't he? Was a silver reflective fire blanket. And escorted him off the premises. Baghead Ben, under strict instructions from Avon and Somerset Police, never returned to Bristol. We, on the other hand, returned to the comfort of our living room to resume FIFA round robin for the remainder of our 3 years' study. Oh, well done, Rob from Oxfordshire.
Hey.
You're a champion. Champion among men.
Gossip number 4.
Right. Hi, guys. This is from the kid with the asbo.
Signed off as that.
Yeah.
Kid with the
Bodes
asbo.
well.
Jesus.
This is a piece of gossip about a guy who was called the Cowman. This piece of gossip takes place in an isolated village called Roxton in the countryside where weird things happen. The only reason people would know where Roxton is because they're either lost or they've gone too far past the garden centre. Not even sure if it's on Google Maps, to be fair. However, small fact for you. There are actually more cows than humans in Roxton. Which brings me on to my next point. Cowman, otherwise known as Mad Mike. If he's listening to this episode, then basically I'm fucked. Let's start off by telling you a bit about Cowman's demeanour. He wasn't called Cowman because he had the face of a cow or he had hooves for feet. Oh, no. He was called Cowman because What? Hang on a minute. Oh, yeah, he was called Cowman because us, as 10-year-old hood rats with asbos hanging around the rough streets of Roxton, used to call him that because you would always catch him sitting in a field staring at the cows.
Simple as that. Simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. Did not finger them. For once. There's one man in this country that doesn't finger them.
He'd be there each day from when we caught the bus to school and would still be there when we got back. Now, nobody knows whether he was sexually attracted to the cows.
I take it back.
Anyway, this is what he was about. This is what he was about. He wore a woolly hat, baggy trousers that you'd buy in Sports Direct, and would carry around 2 carrier bags, one in either hand. And they were full of things that us as children could only imagine. Caterpillars, babies' heads, old magazines of Zoo.
Forgotten about Zoo. Fucking hell.
Caterpillars, babies' heads.
Those were the days. A bit of mild pornography. It was fine then.
He always had them with him. Suppose that's what made him such a curious character. Anyway, long story short, he got banned from the village for shitting in the bus stop.
Very long intro, very short gossip.
I saw him 5 years later buying a hot dog in a town about 15 miles away.
Not necessarily gossip. It gets up to all sorts.
Gossip number 5. Celebrity. Jon Richardson.
Here, I got a story. I've had to distort my voice so I can remain anonymous, because I may or may not know the person what may or is not involved. But there was a guy who worked up at Bristol Zoo and you had to pay him, like when you got there for the car park, £3 and that, and so you could park there. And anyway, he worked there 25 years. Everybody knew him, and then one day he never turned up. He was like sick or something. So this family goes up to the desk and they says, like, how's Len on the car park? I hope he's okay. And someone in the zoo asked about it, but then it turned out he didn't work there, and the car park was owned by the zoo, and it should have been free, but he'd like made £1 million. And anyway, I'm not saying it did happen or it didn't happen, and it certainly wasn't my Uncle Len, but that's what everyone's saying anyway out there. And if you don't like that one, I got another one about a comedian who runs gigs in Bristol, but it's only so he can get to know students, and then he steals their identity so he can get discount chicken at Miss Minnie's. Whatever, bye.
Gossip number 6.
Oh, some people are horrible. Really? We're fine. Let's put it this way: we're fine about a spoon up the arse, and that's not going in.
By the way, I think Space Worm's in the room.
Space Worm's there.
Oh,
Where's
is he?
Space Worm?
Oh, yeah, where is he?
Is he here? Stand up, Space
The
Worm.
author.
Is Adam here?
Adam.
That's nice, didn't turn up.
Turn up, what a prick!
Oh.
What a prick! We're having the trophy back.
Is that you, Dad? Where is
Can't have a
he?
trophy.
He's in the toilet, is
Son
he?
of a bitch.
You saw him leave? What?
Fuck
Fair
off.
enough. Absolutely fair enough.
Right.
Oh,
right.
shit.
Okay.
What's that? Where is he?
He's left.
Okay. Fine.
This is scandalous. I'm going to cave his head in. He really left.
More respect.
Yeah, fuck Adam. Yeah.
Fuck it.
Let's smash the place up. Right. We'll do that here. We'll do that at the end. We just need to make sure we've all recorded it all. Then we'll smash the place up.
Mental. I can't believe he's gone. I put a free ticket on the door for him and he's just left. He doesn't
To
give a
be fair,
shit.
it was only a £5 anyway. So.
Yeah. £8.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, right on, sister. Right on, sister. Fucking rally. I'm loving this. Gay boy, right. Gay boy, right.
I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with that at all.
I am. Let's march to Trafalgar Square. I've got Adam's address, seriously. Because we're doing some serious damage.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God.
I hope Adam listens to this next week.
We're never going to be allowed back here.
No, I hope not.
Phoenix are going to ban us for shouting Gay Boy Roy. 60
People drinking upstairs.
Can we do
Sorry, I just thought I heard about 68 people shouting Gay Boy.
Oh, mental. I want to do another chant. Is there another one?
Nah, it just only really works with Gay Boy, right? Space, what? Nah, fucking no. Honey, baby!
Honey, baby.
Might end on that. Sorry.
Chanting one
I feel like we digressed a little.
Oh, dear.
March on Parliament. Right, back to the boring stuff. Now they're all hepped up. Let's give them a boring story.
Okay, this is from.
Where?
Oh, is he not here?
Oh, fucking.
Oh, well played. Well played.
Yeah,
Oh, you twat.
Yeah, you
I'm so excited.
twat.
Oh,
Cool people, a twat, Poppy.
I like Adam. Oh.
Can't believe he's gone. Fucking arsehole.
Who is that?
Yeah.
Okay, this is from Captain. This is from Captain Radical Chris. Good start. Hi, folks. I've an odd mate. He's called Rark Moberts.
Oh, say no more.
Brackets. Obviously, that's not his real name. But trust me, he's odd. He once had a dry spell that lasted 9 years.
Dry spell. No sex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Over this time, he developed a very unhealthy porn obsession and would wank far too much. Oh, God, it's tedious, isn't it?
Still going in.
As the years went on, he became proud of his porn and hand shandy affairs, and it became a part of his personality. So much so that whenever we booked for a holiday or even a night away, we'd to count in Rark's habit, although he was hesitant to let anyone use his tablet.
Hey? What is it?
Since he was afraid of people looking at his search history. One time in a hotel room in Blackpool, we found out one of his favourite searches was...
I think these are my favourite ones. You'll never know.
Not sure.
I'm not...
It can't be.
Busty Asian MILFs. Whatever.
Oh my God. Niche. Got to get all the spelling right, haven't you?
In fact, it actually says Busty Asan MILFs.
Told you.
Anyway, on to the gossip. Recently, Rark has been seeing a lady. I say recently, but he's actually been seeing her for over 6 months. And even though he started calling her his girlfriend after 3 days, he refused to introduce her to anyone he knew.
Oh.
Of course, at first, we didn't believe she was real, mostly because we couldn't believe any woman would want to be with a man once they've seen his house. He only installed a shower curtain after 3 years of living there.
Jesus.
Crazy stuff.
What do you have?
Oh, it's a bit of glass, actually. Yeah. Just realised you only need it if you
Eventually, though, he agreed to introduce us to his girlfriend at a New Year's Eve party. While we were excited to meet Rark's lady friend, we wanted to make sure she had a nice time, so we created a list of Rark's 20 most odd moments and pinned them to the wall. It was called The Glorious Life of Rark Moberts. Our aim was that if his girlfriend was struggling for conversation with people she'd never met before, then she could ask someone to tell her one of the stories. This turned out to be a success, and as the night went on, she learned more and more of Rark and heard stories he would never have told her. Here are some of the stories she heard that night. Number 1. Okay. Rark once went to the toilet for a shit and missed the toilet altogether.
Almost impossible. You're going to clip it at least, aren't you?
Instead of going in the bowl, he shat all over the floor in the corner behind the toilet. This wasn't discovered until an innocent housemate found it the next morning. It was the most awkward and horrible thing I'd ever had to clean. We called this one the porcelain pancake. Fucking hell.
Number 1.
God, there are 27. Number 2, the necrophilia spokesman.
Just leave it there.
Which was the time he campaigned for dead bodies to be donated to necrophiliacs to help cure their affliction.
You're losing faith, David.
I'm not doing number 3 at all. That's horrible. During the dry spell, number 4, missing out 3. During the dry spell, he once tried it on with a friend of his, but he was turned down after he tried to feed her some Asda Smart Price chicken livers. He thought they were an aphrodisiac and was completely perplexed when she was so grossed out. Shall I carry on?
Yes! I was going to say no.
Shall I carry on? I'll do one more. No, you don't. No, shall I move on? Huh?
Number 11. Do number 11.
Number 11. OK, number 11 coming up. He claims he's had over 60,000 wanks. And he won't be happy till he hits 100,000. Round of applause.
Round of applause for 60,000. It's like going to the National Theatre, this.
He's half Italian and has always said his family were definitely in the mob, and he's convinced the Godfather trilogy is based on his granddad.
Oh, trilogy.
I'll do one more. He once watched the Batman porn parody. And from it developed an attraction to one of the male porn stars, the one who played Robin. Not even Batman. As a result, he said he found himself turned on whenever he read a Batman comic with Robin in it.
That's all of them.
He can no longer watch the Batman film with the nipples in fear. As a result, blah, 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 blah.
Bailing now.
Yeah. The glorious life of Rark Moberts. Oh, a round of applause.
A round of applause for that.
Gossip number 7.
Right. This is from George in Plymouth. Hello, David and Poppy and Joe. I have a dirty little tale about a friend of mine. Let's call him Bob. So boring, isn't it, after a while? It goes back a few years when he was on holiday in France with his girlfriend and brother. All three of them were staying in a cramped, smelly and hot camper van on the campsite. The close proximity of the brother had left my mate and his girlfriend decidedly short of action, so to speak. It all got too much for Bob, and after failing to convince his girlfriend to sneak off into the adjacent woods for a quickie, he decided to take matters into his own hands. He waited till dusk as his camp partners enjoyed a small glass of wine and sneaked off into the aforementioned woods. He made sure he had his glasses on, and as he's quite short-sighted and needed to find his way through the underground growth, he got to a suitable quiet clearing and got on his knees, sun setting, leaves on the ground. Wonderful. And a dense covering of trees. So no one could see what his dirty little hands were about to get up to. Anyway, he did the business and ejaculated onto the floor. All of a sudden, he heard a rustling, and his pile of jizz started to move.
Fucking hell.
Unfortunately, it spunked onto a hedgehog. Poor Mrs. Tiggy Winkle. Her hibernation had been rudely interrupted.
He was sleeping.
I don't think this counts as bestiality, as his glasses make him look like a mole. And I don't think there's any laws about moles wanking on hedgehogs. All the best, George. Thank you, George. Oh, dear.
That's great.
So, we forgot to do our top 5 favorites during the live show. What a bunch of knobs. Oh well. Not to worry. I'm sure you will get over it. In the meantime, send in any gossip to gossipmongers@yahoo.com. That would be great. And very exciting. Until the next time. Bye bye for now. And thanks for listening. Of course.